The Boy Scouts have officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which has been long anticipated as the organization faces a wave of lawsuits over generations of alleged child abuse.
And many people wondered, how did the Boy Scouts get away with this for so long? Because the scandal is at least 20 years old, and many suspect that it's been going on for much longer than that from the very beginning. And I've got an answer to that question, and the answer is that many people who were involved were police officers who were also engaged in the very despicable behavior that has become synonymous with the Boy Scouts.
Being in a more trusted position than that of a police officer and also that of a scout leader. And Aaron J. Robinson may have used both of those positions to prey on at least one very innocent victim.
The arrest of a Western New York Boy Scout leader has New York State Police thinking it's likely there could be other victims from the North Country.
And so you might be thinking that the claim that law enforcement knew about these guys being predators before they were scout leaders is a very large claim. But if you remember the last news clip, well, that was about a former police officer whose name is Ronald Rawcliffe. And that former police officer became a scout leader and was a police officer despite the fact that back in the year 2000, he was prosecuted for inappropriate contact and behavior with a young boy. And law enforcement had to have known about this, so why in the world would this guy go on to be a police officer and even a scout leader? And now the question becomes, how many other scout leaders are just like him? Because it's not so much that the police officers are engaging in this predatory behavior, that's a given. But Rawcliffe, like many police officers who are also scout leaders, are just the ones that we caught. Because I have articles from the 90s that outlines how police officers became scout leaders but were also predators. Like this article from the Tampa Bay Times from 1995 outlining a case where a young man became an adult and then gave testimony about how former Boynton Beach police officer Scott Laxo engaged in inappropriate conduct and other heinous crimes. And at this point in the video, you might be saying to yourself, holy smokes, I thought your claims about the police being well aware of predators who happen to be cops but also scout leaders was far-fetched. And you might be also saying to yourself, you didn't expect to see proof from the 90s that this is a well-known trend. Because if you were to look at modern day research from institutions such as Bowling Green State University, what you'll find is that people who commit these types of crimes tend to become police officers, and for obvious reasons. Because police officers, as so many black people and many people around the country have said, have undue power and privilege that shields them from the law and also allows a predator undue access around a child. And so no, I won't be back in the blue for the same reason that I won't send my son to a Catholic church.